Hello folks and welcome back to City Bus Manager. Last time we bought some buses and expanded our fleet. We have medium buses, we have kind of smaller size buses. We're doing all right and we have some research available to us. We're not going to worry about the solo buses there, but what else do we have available? Oh, we have company rating details. So when we go in here, you can see our ratings, but if we go to details to see what we're being poorly rated on or positively rated on, we can't do it. So we're going to take a look at that. I don't know what course is. Oh, it just kind of plots your thing over time and then your carbon footprint. So we're just going to wait till this bus parks and then we'll jump time, I think. There we go. And then we can start our research. Our researchers are only there during the day, so it doesn't really matter that they are not available to us quite yet. So we'll get that going. Route 1 is got, and Route 3, we remember last time had a lot more people on it than we were expecting, so we're gonna have to make sure those buses are accommodating that. And now we'll go down again. This is a no cost upgrade or research. It just requires that you have a certain number of trophies, so we'll get that going. Our staff, if we go into staff, you can actually set your work schedule for mechanics, researchers, and cleaners so they can be there, and during non-core hours you have to have a certain number there. Generally what I like to do is change it to the off hours so that they're not working all the time, but it's not too big of a deal right now. We don't have a big enough bus fleet to do that, but once we expand this out to like 50 to 100 buses or something like that, we'll probably want to go in and change the work schedule so that the buses can be maintained overnight, and then they'll all be ready to roll during the day. Yeah, I would love to buy a few more buses. I don't have the money for it, dude. All right, let's speed the game up here. Again, there's not a lot to kind of go on at the beginning of this game. You have to kind of just wait it out and try to hope and see if you can do things. But take a look over here and see a new route. We have the Reagan one, which we wanted to do last time. I'm a little concerned about the number of buses we have for that. So we're going to try to kind of build up our bus fleet a little bit, either by getting some more used buses or some additional new buses, depending on what we have. And we'll figure that out. You can see this one's cheaper. It's not terribly priced, but we need to have more money because I'd like to get that for like around like 16, 16.5, somewhere in there. And then we have these medium buses here that you can see. And there's a huge difference in price between these two. And really what's going on with the buses is not all that different. I believe we did get an upgrade last time. Air conditioner is being researched, I believe, right now. So let's go over to research and take a look at bus upgrades. Yeah, it's under process. That's going to take a little while just because we only have one researcher, and quite honestly we can't really afford many more, so we'll just kind of hang out here and let the buses go and do their thing, and we can take a look at the routes and make sure they're not getting overly filled up with stuff here. One other note that we have here is we zoom in on our bus stops, so let's find a stop here that's ours. There's one of our stops. If you click on it, you can get a charging station so your buses stay charged as they go through, which is awesome. And then as we have unlocked things, we can get higher quality bus stops. It also gives you an idea of how much stuff is in there. So now we have our company ratings done. So when we click on the ratings and go to details, now we can see what's going on. Travel comfort and internet, we don't have any of that, so sorry. And then enough free seats, we need to work on that. The bus driving style should be improved as time goes on. Ticket prices are not good right now just because we don't have a lot of routes opened up and not a lot of places for them to go. And we have some work to do there, but we're going to get some more buses rolling here and make sure that our buses are assigned to go out. You can see we are slowly making money. We're probably going to expand this area out a little later. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money doing that right now, but down the road we will expand that out so we can have a significantly bigger service center to do all of the work that needs to be done. And what I probably am going to do somewhere down the road is this whole area that's being taken up by our one maintenance area, bus wash, and the paint thing. That's all going to be just to repair. It's right next to the warehouse. That makes sense. And you can see there's other land here that we will be able to unlock down the road. I mean, we're not even close to filling up this one yet, but we'll move the bus wash and the paint area somewhere over here, and I think that will work out nicely for us. Taking a look at the buses we currently have, everything's looking really good with them. This one's going to need a wash and a clean, but beyond that, we're in good shape. And you notice this bus was not scheduled for anything today, and I think this one also is not scheduled. So we're going to go into and open up a new bus route, and it's going to be this Ronald Reagan one. So we're going to accept that and find where we want to put that bus route itself. Again, you can't be in here. It needs to be somewhere where the terminals are. And I think that makes sense. That's a lot of points of interest that are covered. And then we need to go to a ferry that we're just going to click on this blue icon here. And there's a ferry there. Where is that located at? Okay, we can get that down there. And we'll just stay on a main road, right? There we go. And that's going to be a 9-minute drive between those two spots. You can see they're not really all that far away. So 18-minute round trip. So we'll include that return one. We're going to accept all of that because we don't have control over this, I don't believe. And we can activate that now. And we're going to assign a new bus, which is going to be one of the smaller ones because I don't think we're going to have a ton of people rolling through most of that stuff. You can see we did lose a little bit of money because when you build bus stops, it does cost you money to do that, especially building new ones, but that's okay. We can deal with that down the road here. Let's see. So, yeah, we have people complaining about ticket prices, and you can see there is a waiting time of 5 minutes. Let's go through and get sure all of our buses here are ready to go for whatever they need to do. And we got better food for our people there. I also noticed when there's stuff being done to some of the buses, like in here, you can see that it needs to get washed. It actually changes the icon on the front of the bus, whereas this bus does not need to get washed. That one just came back from being washed. But these, because stuff's being done to them, they're not available. If we have to assign something, they're not open to us to do things with right now, which is just something to keep note of when you're going through and playing a game. So let's go back here. We're going to go over to the service center. There might be some stuff, mainly this information one. That's the one I'm most interested in having. So we can kind of just make sure people can see what's going on. And we close. We're open for 4 hours. We close for 2, and then we're open for another 4 hours. Oh, we got somebody calling in. Who are you? Uh-oh. Somebody was driving with their smartphone. Yeah, we'll pay the penalty, but that's one of the annoying parts of this game. And there's some other annoying things that come in here that not any fault of our own, except we hired drivers that aren't super high skill. As we go through, though, you can see they're novice. Here's an advanced person. We didn't have any other advanced people. Most of our bus drivers are all novices, and we have a trainee as well. But as they drive and as they gather experience, we'll get better routes and all that stuff and all that. We have a new bus, so let's go take a look at that. So if we go into solo buses, now we have the Cetero. Is that how you pronounce that? Which should be just fine for what we need with that. And taking a look at that bus, the Cetero goes 164 miles, costs 40 grand, and carries 88 passengers. That is a significantly better deal than the 7900 electric, which is what these guys are, right? Yeah. So we may go through at some point and sell these off and regain them with the other buses, but we'll see how that works out longer term here. As we are going through this, I'm going to add on some additional bus chargers here. There we go. And again, we can always spend more money. And I'm actually going to find the contract area. This is something we haven't talked about yet. But when we get the routers unlocked, we can go through and unlock internet. And you have to pay per day for how many gigs are used on your buses. So it starts off with 2 gigs for $10 a day. And we can go 16 gigs for $240 a day. But take a look at the customer satisfaction ratings on those. As you move this up, the price goes up a lot as well. But we can also do this, taking a look at different electricity. So we have Coal Energy as our current energy supplier at 29 cents a kilowatt. Hold on, let me just assign a bus here real fast. And going back into contracts and electricity plans, we have Vintage Volt, which is kind of a fun sound, Eco Pulse, and Euro Green. So I'm going to accept Euro Greens because it's 100% green energy. And while we're going to be paying a lot more for electricity here, I can see we only spent $306 on electricity during the course of the day. That's going to probably double or triple, which is fine because it's not that much of a problem for us in this case. Do we have? Oh, we do have it. Okay. So if we wanted to upgrade all of the buses with air conditioning, we need another $6,000. So hopefully we'll get that by the end of the day and we can upgrade overnight. Which route is Route 3? Okay. Is that one of my routes? All right. We have 2 Arlington ones, which look to really be useful for us. We just need to get to that 50 area. So we need to carry 7,940 passengers a day and complete 60 tours successfully. we are making money. Like, we were in a negative 4,000 range. Now we're positive money. So we're doing the job that needs to be done. It's just a slow burn, especially at the beginning of this game. It reminds me a lot of one of my other games that I absolutely love called Sim Airport. Not Airport CEO, which I also like, but I like Sim Airport a whole lot more. But that game is a really slow burn for a long time, and then it gets insanely complicated very quickly. So it's just kind of balancing the game and kind of getting everything set up. So let's see what we have going on here, and hopefully we will get some additional money going so we can at least upgrade our buses. Because we look at the details here, our travel comfort's really not super good. And if we have not higher, well, I guess higher capacity buses would help too. But what I'm more looking for is that the comfort of our buses goes up so that rating goes up. So I'm going to upgrade the buses that are there right now, especially because they don't have any kind of set ready to go, and we can afford to upgrade those buses. So that one's waiting to get done. This one is also waiting to get done, and hopefully we'll be able to get them set up here quickly. One thing to note with the mechanics are the ones who wash the buses. So like if you say that you want to have a mechanic go out and wash a bus, it's going to take a while if you have other things that you want to do. So it's just something to be aware of. Wow, that one got real low on charge. But you can see it's upgrading the bus. Now when we go into the bus, it has an air conditioner. We still have a passenger information system we have to unlock, LAN or wireless LAN internet. We need USB charging, and then premium seats. Premium seats are way down the pike. Like, where's it at? Premium seats are 495 trophies. It's one of the most out of balance parts of this game. Some of the rewards just take a long time to go through. You can also see once we get 50, we can upgrade our bus stops. So there's a lot of things coming here. We just need to kind of get them here sooner rather than later. So we have a lot of the buses that are waiting for upgrades. And we're going to continue upgrading. That one's already there. Is this one ready? It's waiting. Okay. Oh, it already has it. Never mind. And these buses are all pretty clean on the inside and out. That one needs to get cleaned. One other thing you need to notice is the cleaning fee. So it's $10 to clean this bus. On a smaller bus, it's $5. Same thing with wash. It's $15 to wash it. This one, it's $25. So it costs more money to do certain things with it. What we have? Yeah, you can take that off, but we're going to need to hire more service center people. So let's go over here, service center. We want to have them be very friendly. So we have a couple people here who are decently skilled and very friendly, which is a good thing for all the people. So all of the buses, I believe, that we have, yeah, we're upgrading our last one now, and I think we have one bus out, yeah, which should be doing just fine. In our inbox here, what do we got? Yeah, great. I'm glad you're happy with the job that we're doing, and yeah, we're doing the job. Again, our environmental bonus went up a whole bunch because we switched over to 100% green energy. And there are other ways to do things. If we go into electricity, you can see that we have self-produced. We haven't produced anything, and we haven't sold anything. But we've bought a little over a kilowatt of electricity so far for the day. We're going to upgrade this bus and wash it and clean it, and then we'll be able to jump time. One nice thing about as we're getting in the early things here is that you are able to jump time. Once you get to a point where you're doing a lot more, and by a lot more, I mean you have more buses, more routes, you cover more of the map, it gets much harder to jump time because you have buses out all the time. They're running 24/7, so you can't really jump time because the game doesn't let you do anything if anything's happening with the buses whatsoever. So like this bus is getting cleaned right now, and we can't do it for that. And we also can't upgrade it, or can't move it now because it has to be upgraded. So it's kind of a little bit of a bummer, but it's okay. We're just going through and getting that set. I am going to hire an additional mechanic because right now this guy is the only one, and with our work schedule, it requires one employee to be there for that time. So basically we have mechanic is there 24/7. So we're going to hire one additional mechanic. And how many cleaners do we have right now? Oops, we need to start getting ready for the next day already. So let's jump our day up here. Route 1 is ready to roll. Hey, look at that. We got a 5-star rating. It's not our first one. We have some other ones, but we're doing our job with that. Finance-wise, we made money yesterday, even though it shows that we didn't. But you can see that our subsidies are really helping out with our tickets and commissions, and coming in nice on the revenue end of things. So we're going to keep getting our buses rolling here. We'll speed the game up, and hopefully we'll be set and ready to roll here. You can see all of our bus drivers just kind of waiting for their assignments as the day continues here, and that's all well and good. Route 4 is for the Washington, or for the Reagan Ferry, so maybe we can look at Route 4. We can name it. Reagan is it DCA? So we're just going to call it Reagan Ferry just so we know what it is. Route 3 and Route 1. And again, we're just, even though we're down money right now, we did upgrade all of the buses. So every single one of our buses has upgraded air conditioning, which hopefully will be reflected in our details here. You can see now, well, enough free seats is green, but hopefully our travel comfort will go up as well because it's a 0-star rating right now. And we have friendly, I take offense to that. We have very friendly service center people. So we'll go in and get this going. You can see our buses are moving for the day. They're out there, and we should be hopefully moving along. I'm not a big fan of this original route that we put in. I wish there was something more core to like DC area that would have been better for us. I'm thinking about putting some type of bus system in that goes around here, around the Capitol building up to Union Station and then back along there. I think that would be a pretty good bus route, and it would also help us carry more people during the course of the day. Finance-wise, we have 2 loans out. $100,000 loan and another $100,000 loan. You can see we actually owe more on them because of the interest rate, but that will go down over time. If we wanted to, we could just take one of these loans out. It's the same, well, actually, we're going to take that and repay both of those. And now we have some more money in our pocket, and our daily allocation is actually better because we're spending much less money on loans there. So we're going to go out and we're going to create our own bus route, and we'll start off right at this corner. And that bus is going to come over to, say, there. Or do we want it to be here? I think this road. No, that road doesn't work. So it's going to be this road because it carries through. So we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to start going up. We 1000% want to stop at Union Station there. And like, I'm not trying to make a super complicated or a detailed bus route here. I'm just trying to get it to do the most basic thing. So you can see we have that route going around the loop there. We're going to eventually fill in another one in this area, I think. And if we're taking a look here, it doesn't look like it's going to be super popular during most of the day, so we're going to let it do its thing there. We'll confirm it, and we're going to activate that bus route now. And we have a bus available, so we'll get it going. And we have mail now. Okay, this is one thing that's going to happen a lot when you have the customer routes. They're going to change the bus timing for you. So now the first ride was at 4:03. Now it's going to be at 5:03. The last ride is going to end an hour later as well. So they'll shift their times incredibly often. It's just something you need to be aware of if you're playing a game, to plan on them going through and changing stuff often. Let's see what buses we have for available to us and which ones we have. The Cydia LLEs, cool. This one has a bum, well, right now we need to assign a new bus. This one has a bum battery, so I'm not thrilled about that because batteries are like an $8,000 thing, so we're just gonna send that all the way. Well, even still, if we spend $8,000, it's gonna put that offer out there. Yeah, I was gonna say they better reject that. I like these buses, but I don't want to use them quite now. So let's see, do we have enough money to afford? Oh, we do. Okay. We're just gonna buy one of those. We're gonna load in our Red Moon Rocket bus template. And we have a new bus available to us. And we're just gonna, did it come upgraded? It came upgraded? That's all, or is this the new bus? Nope. Okay, cool. So we have buses available to us, which is nice that we have some new stuff here. I think we're gonna expand this area out as well. So we're gonna service center. And we will expand this out just a little bit. I don't want to go crazy with this, but I do want to make sure we have some more space. That guy is very animated. Why are you so angry? I've never been that angry at anybody to scream at them like that. With the exception of maybe like my sibling when I was a kid, but that's about it. All right, and then we're gonna move these. Like these just chairs sitting in the middle of nowhere. Do that. And we'll get some more chairs in there. There we go. Look, see? It's a beautiful setup here. And I have all of that. Let's see. Yeah, you can have a break. It's okay. I'm a very gracious owner here when things get started. It's we start getting stuff a little bit more down the road here that we need to tighten up some stuff. Let's see here. You can see our travel comfort finally. Look, we're getting, it's not the best, but it's most definitely not the worst. We actually have stars this time around, which is awesome. We're back in the plus side of money, although we borrowed money, so it's not really the plus side. Let's take a look here and just make sure. Ooh, Route 3. We're going to insert an additional bus because Route 3 is kicking. So take a look at Route 3. You can see that is now back down. Route 3 is this route here. I should just say like north. I want to like name these so they're easy to find. So I'm going to call this White House North. And that will just help us do what we need for that one. This guy is our Brookmont line. All right, and then we need to assign some stuff here. So and again, having the names really helps so you can see what buses you need to assign for different things. I suppose that's maybe one of the reasons why you can't save the colors for all of them. You can just kind of like set them to be certain colors so you can have visually see, okay, this is a big bus, it's going on this line, or set them up. But that's not really how I like to go. One other thing you might notice is there's a whole bunch of locked areas here. So this incredibly detailed map can get expanded. And if we go into the research, it can get expanded a lot. So you can see that we have, where's it at? There it is. We have all of these expand north, south, east, and west, and we can do each one of those 20 times. So it is a massive change to be able to expand that stuff. You can get a huge map set up, which is one of the reasons why this game takes up so much space. Hopefully there's a bus on the way back in, so we can assign it here. We're gonna clean it, and we're gonna assign that once it's cleaned. It should be ready to roll, but we'll get it cleaned very quickly. And we can assign that there. And we should hopefully have some more buses coming in that we can assign out to places. Because we have lots of buses looking to get work done right now, which is good because we're getting closer to getting the number of people we need. But it's also bad here because we have to get buses in the next few hours to be able to send them back out. So like this one's so low on battery that it can't do the routes, either of these routes that we want. It will get charged up in time, hopefully. There we go, that bus has enough charge now to do what it needs to do. And we need another 2 hours for another bus to come in, or we miss the Brookmont one, which is going to be a problem. If we don't get this bus, there we go. Sign that one to go out. This guy is pretty much done for the day, I think. What's our mailbox saying? Yeah, it's not our fault that it's not as well received. There's no reason for people to go from the airport which is right here, to the ferry across the water. I don't understand the point of this line, but whatever. What do we got? A call come in. Who is that? Okay. We have a mechanic who's out sick. Can deal with that. Let's go take a look at our fleet, see if we can get any used buses. And again, I really just want to stick with like the same style of bus for everything. I think it just makes stuff a little bit easier longer term for us. So 7900 electrics are not my favorite. They can't go very far. They do fit a lot of people, but again, like the Citero fits almost as many people, but goes more than double. It goes like 3-4 times the distance. So that one's obviously a better choice for most stuff. Taking a look at our bus routes, utilization is doing just fine. I'd rather them be in the orange areas. It's a little more crowded, but that's okay. And let's see. This route here, that's just going to be White House West. And then what we can also do is we can go in and see how we're doing. So the Brookmont line is making us a good amount of money, $23,000 per week. This is weekly income, not overall. And you see it's +5. So we actually need to adjust this time schedule, or Brookmont needs to adjust it. We can't do that. The Bregan Ferry is on time, making $15,000 for us a week. White House North is our first original bus line. That's making $5,000. And then our newest one, White House West, is making about $500, which will be better over time here. Good. I'm glad you look forward to work every day. Oh, I should also mention, in the staff area here, so if I click on this person, we can also train them, and you can also set pricing for anybody who has a certain skill rating there. So that's kind of fun. That it gives you some options for that stuff. It's not something that's super necessary, but it's nice to see in the game overall. So the day is coming to a close here. You can see the sun is going down. The shadows do move, which I really think is cool. It's one of the nice little features of this game, is the lighting effects are actually pretty all right. They're more complicated than is necessary, but I kind of dig it. And our buses are coming back to us, and we're doing the job that needs to be had here. So that bus is going to get washed. And in research, last time you can see here, once we get to higher levels here, we can get automatic cleaning of buses. So it will take care of that. We don't have to hit that button at all. If we go for washing, it will automatically wash the buses. So like, we don't have to control or click on all the buses to do that. It will do it on its own, which is a huge time saver, because that's what you probably spend most time in this game doing, is trying to figure out how to get the buses to do what you want them to do. So that one, that's a good looking bus. Oh, I'm buying a new one, that's why. Let's see. I'll pause the game real fast. We have $20,000. Let's see, that one needs a new battery. Not worth anywhere near that. If I could get it for 11, I would do it in a heartbeat. But if we take a look at this one, it's 16, so it's $5,000 less. Just a heads up, batteries right now are costing over $8,000. So you need to factor that in. A brand new bus is $24,500. And if we go here, if we add that $8,000 to what we need to do with this, it's more expensive than a brand new bus, which makes 0 sense. So we're going to try to get this one here, because one, we can afford it, and two, it doesn't really need much of anything. It's pretty good. It has, it's pretty set. So we're going to offer $15,000, and they accepted it. Awesome. And that's one of the ways I like to expand my bus route in this game, is just going through and trying to buy used buses at a slight discount, because if I can get, like, let's say if I could buy 10 new buses but I could buy 12 used ones for the same price, it makes sense to me to have the used bus, because I get more buses out of it. And the people are not the expensive part in this game. You can see our bus drivers are making like 11 or 12 bucks an hour. The expensive part is the buses that are a $24,000 minimum upfront cost for what we want in our buses. And if you take a look here, you can see that like this guy is $29,800. So yeah, we went with the cheapest of the buses, and it's still an expensive proposition for us. But getting a used bus makes life a whole lot easier. So we're gonna get some of this stuff cleaned and washed. I probably am gonna hire some additional cleaners. And now we can't do any more because we need more lockers. We have enough employees to fill up all of the lockers here, which is kind of amazing. right, the game does save automatically. It's set to every 10 minutes by default. You can change what you want that to be. I think it's fine, but you will notice occasionally it will stutter every so often when it does that. So that's not too bad, but we'll be okay. And if your computer doesn't like this game, because my fans get up and running on this game, especially on boot up process where it's loading all the maps and doing all this stuff, it's not the most optimized game in the world. But as it gets rolling and as you get the save, like once you get into it, it's fine. But that first initial where you start off can be a little rough. So let's see, can I jump time? I can, and you can see we're going a lot later this time because the Brookmont line is now starting later. White House North. Dragon Ferry, Brookmont. Let's jump time again. Oh, we had a phone call, didn't we? Sorry. What do you want, dude? Yeah, you can have off. That's fine. White House North. And then we can see our utilization of these. See that our income is going up slowly with White House West, but not as much as I would have liked. But it's okay. We are in the positive, we are moving the right way, and the details, you can see that even our service center is going up. We need to work on our quality, and I'm not worried about the prices of our stuff right now. That will come down the road. I'm glad all of our workers are extremely happy, or at least that's what they're telling us. I think they're lying, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and get some additional lockers put in here so that we can hopefully hire a whole bunch more employees down the road here. So being able to click, hold, and drag some of the things is super awesome. It doesn't let you do it for everything, but for the ones it does, it makes life a whole lot easier. And we're moving along here. So let's, I'm trying to figure out what the last steps we want to do here is for this round. Oh, we carried 5,100 passengers, and we're up to our 43 trophies or awards or whatever. If we can get that 7,900 in a day, we're going to be golden. This one is great, but I don't really care about that part of it because it's only 4 trophies. This one's interesting. Get 16,000 or 16 trophies, which will bump us up to the 50, and that's going to allow us to grow and do some more stuff here. But taking a look at our routes here and our statistics, we're doing just fine. It's still early in the morning and it's a weekend, so the buses definitely travel different on weekends than what they do during the weekday. And you can see that we have a whole bunch more buses here than what we normally have. Most of these would be out on services for our committed bus routes. The other thing that we want, 54, is when we go in here and do a new route, we need to get 2 in Arlington, which is down in this area. So we'll be able to really build up our stuff once we get that area going as well. We're probably going to spend some time getting White House West, this area here, set up with some stuff. And then I also want to get something going on in this or in this area. I kind of like to block out stuff and then kind of build up. So what I'm thinking here is White House West will stop here. We'll go down this way. We'll come up in here. We'll jump onto these routes and maybe come up and over and down just so we can service multiple lines. And it doesn't cost us much money to do that when we have additional routes. And slowly, look at the willingness of the public to use public transportation is slowly, ever so slowly going up. All right, let's take a look here. The last few things to make sure we're okay. We're making money. Yeah, White House West is still making more money. White House North is even doing better. And we're getting there. It's going to take some time. Again, this game is a slow burn. It's a buildup of time. But I'm actually pretty happy with the amount of buses that we have won and the amount that we've already kind of accomplished in our short time in this game. I want to add on a few more medium spots here. One, because we have the money, but also because I would like to get in and start building some more bigger bus areas here soon. We just need to wait for some more money, and then we're going to expand our bus fleet just a little bit more, and maybe look it over here and filling up the last few spots of that. But I think that's going to wrap us here for today. There's not a whole bunch going on, but we did get our Reagan stuff set up, so we do have access to the airport, and you can see this one does have a charger added. And then we also added on our White House West. So we have stuff going to the train station, the Union Station, going up along there, and kind of completing that loop. White House West, it may just be this loop in here. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out, but we'll get that taken care of next time. For Folks, thanks for joining me for another episode of City Bus Manager. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.